Multiplying decimals is going to be different from adding and subtracting in that when you set up your problem, you do not need to make sure that the decimal places line up. We know this is a 6, so the decimal would technically be back here, but we do not need to line them up. We just align them like we would normally, and then we multiply. So here we have 6 times 2, that would give us 12. I carry the 1. Here we have 6 times 3, that would be 18, plus 1 would be 19, and I have 19 here. Now when determining where your decimal goes, unlike adding and subtracting, the decimal does not drop straight down. We actually count how many decimal places there are. So this 6, that does not have any decimal places. This 3.2 has 1 decimal place. So I know that my decimal here is going to be 1 place over. And my answer will be 19.2. Let's do another example. Here we have 4.2 times 1.34. Now, when setting up these multiplication problems, it's always a little easier to put your one with more digits on top. So this has 3 different digits while this only has 2. So I'm going to put 1.34 on top and 4.2 on the bottom. Notice my decimal places, again, they don't have to line up. We just shove everything as far right as it goes and line the digits up accordingly. Alright, now let's go ahead and multiply. Here we have 4 times 2 is going to give me 8. Then we've got 3 times 2. It's going to give me 6. Next is 1 times 2, which will give me 2. Now we're moving over to our next digit. So remember, we need a 0 placeholder. So I'm going to put a 0 here. Then I'm going to have 4 times 4, which is 16. I'll carry my 1. Then I'm going to have 4 times 3, which is 12. Plus 1 is 13. 13, carry my 1. And lastly, I'm going to have 4 times 1, which is 4, plus 1 gives me 5. I'm going to add up both my rows here. This is going to be 8 plus 0 is 8. 6 plus 6 is 12. Carry the 1. That's going to be 1 plus 2 plus 3. That's going to give me 6. And then 5 is just a 5 by itself. Now where's my decimal going to go? Remember, I need to go back up to my 2 numbers and count how many decimal places there are. So here I have 1, 2, 3. 3 total decimal places. So I'm going to go back down to my problem and I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3. And I know my decimal place is going to go right there. So my answer is going to be 5.628. And that's multiplying decimals in a nutshell. Nothing different than what you've done with whole numbers. Just remember, you do not need to line up your decimal points, and you count the total number of decimal points, and then that determines where your decimal is going to go in your final answer.